Hello everyone and welcome back to the kitchen. Today I am going to fulfill a dream. That's not a very ambitious dream, but I've always wanted to make lemon bars from scratch. And in the past I've made lemon bars using cake mixes or whatever, and I've never been that happy with the results. Usually it seems like whenever anybody else makes them, they taste better than when I make them. But today, that all changes, I hope. Today, I am making them from the ground up using the ingredients you see here. Join me as I make homemade lemon bars. Before I do anything else, I've got to prepare my baking dish. Now, you're supposed to use a 9x9 baking dish, but I don't have that. I have an 8x8, and that will have to do. First step, coat it with cooking spray. I have 2 sheets of parchment paper. I am going to fold it in half and make a sling out of it. I'm pressing it into the corner and folding it down. I'm going to do the same thing with the second sheet, but in a perpendicular direction. In the end, you have something like this. These slings will enable us to easily lift the lemon bars out of the baking dish when it's all done. The last step of the baking dish preparation is to spray the parchment paper. We'll set this aside for now. Our old food processor broke. I replaced it with this one. I'm still getting used to it, so I hope I don't mess up. The recipe calls for unbleached all-purpose flour, which I don't have, but the internet says that as a substitute I could use whole wheat flour, so that's what I'll be doing today. 1 1/4 cup whole wheat flour, 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We'll process these together just to distribute the dry ingredients evenly. I'm adding 1 stick of butter cut in approximately 1-inch chunks. They're about a tablespoon each. Then we'll pulse it to give it a rough chop. We're just supposed to pulse this until it resembles cornmeal. I don't know, it looks like wet sand to me, but I think that's good enough. They say to sprinkle this in the bottom of the pan. Not sure how they want me to do that, so maybe I think the idea is you just don't want to dump it, or I don't know what that means. So I'll just do this tap method. Maybe they'll be happy with that. A little spin. We'll tap the other way. Trying to get the mixture into the corners as evenly as possible. I think that looks pretty good. And now I am going to firmly compress the crumbs into a crust with my fingertips. And we want to make sure this is as even as possible. And I'm pressing into the corners of the baking dish. That seems pretty good. Now I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator to get firm for about 30 minutes. There is a bit of timing to this recipe, so while my crust is firming in the refrigerator, I'm going to do some prep work on the filling. First, I need to separate 7 large egg yolks from the whites. and then 2 whole eggs. I'm not going to throw these egg whites away. They're perfect for either souffle or meringue. For lemon bars, I need 2/3 cup of lemon juice. They said 4 or 5 lemons will do it. You could use bottled lemon juice, but I also need the lemon zest. There's only one way to get that. Roll the lemon on the counter just to make it easier to squeeze. Cut it in half. If the knife looks dirty, it's because I cut the butter with it. And we'll just squeeze the lemon into the reservoir. We'll see where we're at. After only 2 lemons, I'm already at 2/3 cup of lemon juice. Apparently, my lemons are larger than theirs were. I should have zested the lemons before I squeezed them. So now I'm going to have to waste a lemon just for the zest alone. Well, I've got plenty of lemons. I will make a refreshing lemonade with the rest of them. But for now, let's zest some lemon. It says I need 1/4 cup of zest. That's a lot of zest. 1/4 cup of zest? I'll do my best. This is the zest of 2 lemons. I think I overreacted. I didn't realize how much zest 1 lemon had. After 2 lemons, I have almost all the zest I need, so we'll go for 1 more. The zest of 3 lemons filled 1/4 cup. This is not tightly packed, but they don't really give you any more guidelines other than 1/4 cup. Fresh squeezed lemonade. Delicious. The crust has refrigerated for 30 minutes. I'm going to take it out and put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes on the middle rack. While the crust is baking, I will continue working on the filling. My 7 egg yolks and 2 whole eggs into a non-reactive bowl. Which, as far as I can tell, means just about anything except aluminum or cast iron. And whisk these together until the color is even. Next, add 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Whisk these together. Add the lemon juice, the lemon zest, you guessed it, whisk until combined. I'm adding this mixture to a non-reactive saucepan and heating at medium-low. I'm adding half a stick of butter cut into 1-inch chunks and stirring constantly with a wooden spoon. Supposedly this turns into a thin sauce at 170 degrees and should take about 5 minutes. The butter is completely melted and our temperature right now is about 145 degrees. It's 155 degrees. Now, when I said earlier that the timing is critical for this recipe, it's because as soon as this curd is ready, I need to pour it into the warm crust that is currently in the oven. So it all kind of has to come together at the same time. And there are 7 minutes left on the timer. I reduced the heat to low. I'm not ready to use the curd yet. And I need to pour it right away into the crust. Crust isn't ready. So popping it down to low, just trying to keep it warm so that it's ready when I'm able to use it. It is nice and smooth. Pouring the filling through a fine sieve, hopefully not too fine. This might be too fine, not getting enough to go through. So I will switch to this strainer. I think this is just to make sure your zest pieces aren't too big. No one wants a chewy zest. Kind of a mess. Hopefully this does the job. I'm trying to hurry because I want to pour the warm curd into the warm crust to at least follow the spirit of the recipe. All right. And then we're pouring in 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, stirring it in. And then pouring this into the warm crust. There doesn't seem to be enough filling, but this is really awkward. Awkward camera angle. Oh wow, that's delicious. I'm excited. I'm gonna see if I can get just a little bit more into the crust, as this is just too good to waste. That's so good. Okay, back in the oven. I'm going to put it in the oven for 10 minutes and check it. They say it should take between 10 and 15 minutes before it's ready to remove. 10 minutes have passed. The recipe says that the lemon bars are done if the filling is opaque and shiny and the center 3 inches are jiggly. So I'm going to take a look. I don't think it's quite done yet. Back in for 5 minutes. I'm not convinced it's done after 20 minutes. Another 5 minutes. It still didn't look quite done to me. Put it back in the oven, but I rotated it 180 degrees. So hopefully it will evenly cook. I'm calling it at 30 minutes. The edges are still bubbling. The center seems to be firm. It's definitely opaque. I don't know if it's overdone or perfectly done, but I'm calling it done. And now the hard part, waiting for 45 minutes until this thing cools down to room temperature. And then we'll be ready to cut. It has been over an hour since I took these lemon bars out of the oven, and I just can't wait anymore. They do look good, and I'm excited to try it. So I am going to attempt to remove the lemon bars and place them on this cutting board. In theory, the sling should help me in that endeavor. Let's see what happens. All right. Perfect. I noticed as the lemon bars cooled, they pulled away from the sides. So I think that's a good sign. I'm going to peel these back. Hopefully it doesn't stick too much to the paper. Just going to slide this off. And this is what we have. And now it's just a matter of slicing it. Now I see that this part seems to be more done than the rest. I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm just observing. See See if I can slide this off without wrecking anything. Okay, so far so good. I'm thinking 9 squares, 3 by 3. I'm going to use this pizza cutter. I think that'll just make cutting them easier. Good call. That's pretty evenly cut. Not perfect, but I think it'll do. To finish the lemon bars, I'm going to dust it with the traditional confectioner sugar topping. Not to brag, but I think these look amazing. You can make these too. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. I have to see if this tastes as good as it looks because it looks fantastic. You will not be disappointed. Make these, you will love it. The filling is so lemony. I was worried. I thought 2/3 cup of lemon juice, but it must be that zest that just puts it over the top. The crust is just there to support the curd, actually. You might, when I make this again, and I will, I might add a little more sugar to the crust. But try it first the way it's written and see what you think. No more box mixes for me. This is amazing. I am so glad I tried this. Thank you for joining me in this lemon bar journey. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you make this. Thanks for stopping by.